Namaste, everyone. I'm Jenny G. Thanks for tuning in. Now, in order to get these content with videos and to catch my live shows when I am offering you guys free clairvoyant readings, I do it every month. So you've just missed out on the last one. So now, in order to get these events and videos, and so you've got to subscribe to my channel. Click right down there on the corner that says subscribe, that red button. Okay, now this week on this Cosmic Vibe series, from November 2nd to the 8th, you are going to find that spirit is going to restore your soul. You're going to see just how organized you're going to be. You're going to be making these changes. November is such a huge vibrational time. November 1st to the 11th is one of the biggest portals of the entire year. Every single day from November 1st to November the 11th, it's super high frequency, high vibrational frequency. Manifesting happens very quickly. You are literally going to take advantage of every single day. I do. This is why certain days are better than the others to really enhance, to manifest, to open up new doors, and to certain days also to be very careful with certain situations and so on, right? So this is why I do these weekly series and so on. Now, November 3rd, let's just kind of highlight that just for a second. It's a very karmic day. So be very careful with your actions that day. I mean, anything can happen on November 3rd, weather disruptions. There can be more violence. There can be deaths. There's a lot of cover ups. I mean, surprise, surprise. Yeah, whatever, right? However, more things are getting exposed as well. So the 3rd is a very tricky day. So please, please, please just use extra caution that day if you're driving, if you're out and about, if you're going to a large event, and so on and so on. Not to scare you, right? I'm just saying, just be a little extra careful because it can also be a good day as well. It depends how you go about it. So, like for me, let's say November 3rd, I'd be like, okay, because I have that in my mind, in my awareness. I'm not going to attract it, no. However, I'm like, okay, what's going on through my day? And I might be like, you know what? I just actually know I'm not going to do that. So really listen to your gut instinct, your inner guru, to hear your soul speak, because you're still going to be feeling the after effects of that new moon in Scorpio that happened on the 1st of November. You're still feeling that energy. So for those of you, of course, who watch my videos, I talked about the new moon in Scorpio on the last video before that. Go back onto the other videos and you can rewatch it and you can see exactly, you're going to be like, oh, that's why that day that happened. And this is why today this is coming together, or this is today where I really need to make change happen. So this new moon in Scorpio is what about transformation, death, rebirth. Your sleep's probably been off, because that power is powerful. Scorpio is huge transformation energy. I always take advantage of the Scorpio energy. Huge. I mean, I'm not a Scorpio, but I take advantage of certain energy times, of course. So, some of you, could have had sudden endings. Some of you, maybe there was a loss of animal, pets passing, people are beloved, or friends passing on, and so on. New moons bring endings and new doors opening. A new moon is stronger than a full moon because it's new. It's new. You might have ended a job or relationship, like whatever it is. I mean, what you have ended. If it was a toxic habit, some of you might have been relocating and you're still healing and letting go. You're still healing and letting go. So you might have had more of a like an emotional day. I mean, we have that Chiron energy that goes, throughout, till December. We're moving into a universal 9 year next year. This has been a universal 8 year, which is all about you making changes for you. How many of you, there's that word you, look at where you are now, like this week, especially as we get onto the 8th of November. Look at where you are on the 8th of November. Look at where you were on the 1st of January this year. This has been a very fast year, very fast year. This is the year of the dragon as well. Huge, powerful manifestations. Some of you, especially dragon signs, you could have had like a huge year of like sudden endings in all areas of your life because your soul is breaking down the old to embrace the new. It's like if I had the Tower card, I mean, I'm a clairvoyant, I don't use cards, but I use cards in these videos for the collective. So if the Tower card fell down, that represents destruction of the old to bring in the new. I mean, it can also represent other things, but it's basically the destruction of the old, endings, endings, endings. Your soul's like, no, we don't want that anymore. That's not good for you. We're going to give you all of these signs of what is truly not working because we want you to transcend forward. So it's really important to utilize that and really ground yourself with that energy. You're facing your fears, that's going to continue. You're transcending and literally pushing through your limitations this week. And you have been doing that. If you have been surrendering and trusting the process with spirit, the second and the third is a day as well to be open to change. As I just talked about the third, it's a day of change. Taking steps forward to make these changes. So it happens that day. Pay attention because you're like, wow, I'm really making changes today. Like, whoo, goosebumps, right? I just felt that. I really felt that. So really see where you are and trust the process. You're going to want to be more grounded. You could also see a lot more clarity. Sometimes, especially with, traumatic events and deaths and challenges, it can bring us more clarity. When you take time to pause, whenever there's like a challenge or an obstacle, I'm like, okay, for every problem, there is a solution. It's like, okay, let me pause. Let me take a few breaths in, hyperventilate, whatever, we'll go through that. Okay, how do I deal with this spirit? I'm open for the solution. I'm open to resolve this situation, this problem. You can't run from things. Oh, I don't want to deal with this right now. Oh my God. So you run away from it. What's going to happen? It's going to come back to you really hard. Like it could come back like really Tower card coming down and huge things. And you're like, I just felt like it just got swallowed up by the universe. That's what happens whenever you have not been paying attention to these red flags and things that spirit's like, hey, there's change coming. How are you in life? How are you enjoying this relationship or this job or this environment or this or this? How is that working out for you? Because you have seen, I can't handle it anymore. I can't deal with this anymore. I just can't. I just can't. So your pain that you're experiencing can push you forward. It can really transcend. This is why spirit is going to help you restore what you feel you might have lost, what you felt that was broken. You have to trust this. Why is this happening, Jeni? I get it. I get in that state too, and this is why it's like spirit. I'm give me more clarity, please. Show me why this isn't working. Show me what road to walk upon. Show me how to resolve this issue. And when we get overwhelmed, it's overwhelming, of course. Overthinking. riding the hamster wheel, as I always called. You're not going to see clarity because you're overly like, oh my God, checking that message every 2 seconds. Where's that message? Like, what's going on? I get it. We all go through this. We're human. We are human. It's not easy being here. You know, we have lessons to learn. That's why I talk about Akashic records and do Akashic record readings to let you know why these situations are happening with, you know, like especially with relationships. You know, tell you who they are, why they're around you, what's coming up, what happened in another lifetime, blah, 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 blah. And it helps you get more understanding of why, you know, and we come here to resolve issues in situations like that. And, you know, like, especially as we get into the 6th and the 7th and 8th this week, we have like 6th and 7th pre-shadow Mercury retrograde. Oh my God. Like, who likes Mercury retrograde? Again, taking advantage. Pre-shadow can be harsher than the real Mercury retrograde that's coming later in November. So that's when communication glitches, internet glitches, messages can go missing, friends start coming back, people start coming back from the past, you know, which gives you time to resolve issues and so on and so on. And, you know, but it's like if when you send a message, make sure you're sending it to the right person. Make sure that before you send that message, you're saying what you need to say. And even when you send it, make sure go back, did it go to the right person? Because things can go haywire. Yeah, I sent you that message. Why didn't you respond? I didn't get your message. Like, I didn't get your message. So if any of you send me a message, and they're like, wow, I didn't, please reach out again, you know, because messages do go wonky. It's like, this is when people want to go out and buy new electronics because they're like, this isn't working. It's Mercury retrograde. So if you have different electronics or technical issues, get them fixed now, you know, before that comes in, because what's not working can really crash your Mercury retrograde as well. So you're going to start seeing these kinds of things coming up for you, right? Like, oh my goodness. Like I hate most of it because electronical issues, I'm online all day long and so on, you know, and technology and internet down. And we have more solar storms as well, like solar storms, solar flares, huge issues with weather disruptions, earthquakes, tsunamis, you know, like storms, like all of these things, you know, it affects everybody. It affects you where, you know, you feel the effects and your animals as well. Like, you know, we're very sensitive. Your animals are very sensitive. You know, like all of a sudden you could be like, oh, wow, my pet, wow, why are they acting up? You have any concerns, of course, take it to your vet, you know, but just be really more mindful. And you're going to be more compassionate this week too, you know, with other people, especially on the 4th and the 5th. You know, your heart's going to open up more wide. You're going to be more sensitive to things and really pay attention to what your dreams are showing you when you wake up, because they're going to be a lot more vivid. Spirits coming into your dreams more and more and more. If it's your loved ones, if it's a message from your guides, your ancestors, if it's a message from your pets, you know, and as you're waking up and you're still remembering kind of in that dream form, getting back into your body, physical body, keep a notepad really close by and start writing down what you saw in your dreams, symbols, colors, where were you, who were you with, what were you seeing, what was going on, all of those things, you know, because I can help you, you know, like let you know what's going on with your dream. You can always book a reading with me, of course, and so on. And, you know, there's powerful messages right now. You know, you're with all of these changes in the world, your ancestors and guides are more closer to you than what you really know, right? You could be feeling that presence more around you. So the 6th and the 7th, really look back. You're going to be reflecting more as well as we're entering the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde. We're really reflecting back on this past year. You'll be surprised, like, you know, where you were, you know, like, it's like, look at your vision boards that you created, you know, like whenever I have completed goals, I check mark, and I'm like, wow, you know, sometimes you just work and work and work and work on things. You don't realize just how far you've come, and you will be seeing these results. What have you accomplished? Well, I haven't accomplished anything. What, Jenny? What? Have you written yourself some short goals? Have you written yourself some long-term goals? Did you create that vision board? Be very specific. Be very, very specific and detailed. Spirit, this is what I want. Because you're going to be decluttering this week as well and reorganizing things. You're going to find that this week for you can really open up. You're taking huge steps forward, and it's really important to have that trust and faith. When we're going through challenges and obstacles, we can lose hope, we can lose faith, we can swear to the universe. I mean, I do at times. Like, what are you doing to me? Like, I do that. I'm human. And I'm like, for God's sakes, just show me a sign then. Like, if this isn't going to happen, just do it. So it just shows you how stressed out we get. We can go into fear mode. We all do. Just show me a sign. If this is going to happen or not. If not, I'm just going to move on with my life. I do that. I get very blunt with the universe. However, it's like, okay, if this didn't happen, it's not the right direction, it's not the right path, or it's not the right timing. Things do come together in divine timing. And it's hard to see that when you're going through challenges. But when you look back, you're going to be like, oh, now I know why this happened, because Spirit did direct me into something much better than what I was anticipating. Maybe you're looking at starting a relationship and you wanted to be with someone. Why didn't that happen? And then you find the right person. And then you're like, oh, now I get it why that didn't work out. Or maybe you wanted to move somewhere and you're like, why didn't I happen this? And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, wow, Spirit actually moved me into a better unit or space or location or like whatever it is. You have to trust that. Easy to say, I get it. Yeah, but I believe me, I get it. Like I really, really get it. And these planets affects our body parts as well. Like the third to the fifth, you might find your liver and hips and thighs area might be more sensitive, and your sacrum area is, and also your animals too. Like you might be like, oh, why? Like, oh, I'm itchy, or God, my elbow, or my digestive, or whatever. Yes, the planets cause different energies when you're born. Of course, you're like it depends on your charts. I mean, I love the Vedic astrology more than the Western astrology myself personally. I'm studying in it and such like that. I haven't had time to continue on with that because I get bombarded with stuff, but I love the Vedic astrology. It's so accurate. It's 35% more accurate than Western astrology, right? The sixth and the seventh, your backbone, knees and joint areas, skin and hair could be more sensitive. So if you see your dog scratching and scratching, let's say, or your animal, you could be, does my dog have fleas? Do they have like something going on? And you're like, I don't see anything or whatever. It's because the planets affect it too. But of course, concerns, please take your animal to get it checked out and so on and so on. So this is a week to totally take advantage every single day. Every single day. There's a lot more situations happening, as we can clearly see. I've got my eyes on a few things, but I'm like, you know what? Now is not my time to travel there. No, 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 no. I do look at different flights and accommodations to certain places, and I'm like, is that the right time? Like, no, no. Really listen to your intuition. Really listen to your intuition. But if you do make travel plans, make sure that, you have backup for cancellation. I always take the insurance and cancellation just in case. There's so many disruptions going on in the world, so many as we all can clearly see, right? So many changes are coming. And even, as I do my next live readings and so on, and things are going to shift up, I'll do a lot of announcing and another video and stuff like that too. So you got to subscribe, right? There's a lot of stuff. I always do yearly prediction videos, and a lot of what I predicted this year has happened already and happening. So I read it as I see it. You know what I mean? Read into the energy and so on and so on. I get messages 24/7 by Spirit, like nonstop. You have no idea. Like, really, you wake me up at what time? Get me back to sleep, please. Like that, if you want to give me a message, thank you. I'm grateful. However, just get me back. This 3 hours sleep a night, I'm not liking. Not liking. So anyways, now let's talk to the cards. Like, as I mentioned, I'm a clairvoyant medium. I don't use cards on my clients and so on. No. I read into your energy and so on and so on and so on. However, because we're doing the collective, yes, I am pulling a couple of cards to see what messages spirit has for you, the universe, and so on and so on. And I have picked decks that I felt drawn to for each specific video. So now I know that some of you have seen your animals gotten sick if there's surgery or if they passed on. I'm an animal communicator too. So I understand. You know, and there's something I'm going to share on my next video. What happened? Something. I don't want to talk about it today. I'll get teary-eyed real fast. So now the deck I'm going to use today, Divine Animals Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. Here it is for those of you. Now let's find out what the animal kingdom has to say for us collectively. Not all of you are going to resonate, of course, with the cards. If you do, let me know what's happening. You know, please like my video and make some comments and let me know what's going on and so on and so on. The 2nd to the 8th of November. I can't believe November. Like, my God, we're almost at the end of the year. People are like, Jeni, we're making New Year's Eve plans. And I'm like, what? What? I mean, I get that. I get it. I thought it'd be really always be cool to be in New York and watch the ball drop, personally. Oh, I'm not a big New Year's Eve person. I never have been. I'm more quiet. I'm usually in bed by the time midnight comes around because I'm up early and working all day. So anyways, the 2nd to the 8th from the animal kingdom, 2nd to the 8th, message from spirit from our animal kingdom, 2nd to the 8th. It's a message from our animal kingdom, 2nd to the 8th. Alrighty then. Interesting. Interesting. Now, the card here is the polar bear. It's kind of cool because we are moving into winter where I am. Some of you are in different parts of the world moving into like summer, spring and summer season and that. However, where I am, this is a polar bear. Okay, so polar bear represents coldness. Polar bear represents facing fears. You know, maybe your heart is closed because of painful situations, you know, endings, breakups, deaths, and so on. However, it's really important to keep your heart open in order to heal and let go. As you're healing, it's important to forgive someone, but not to forget what they have done or say what you did to me was okay because it's not. It's not. But in order for you to move forward and heal, you have to keep your heart open. Don't keep it closed. You know, like when the heart is cold, when the heart is numb. You know, you're healing through your traumas. You're healing through situations. And if you run from things and numb it, it stays there. And your soul is going to constantly keep bringing that up and over and over and over. Right? So when you leave your heart open and heal through that, I'm letting my person go. I wish them the best. However, my journey and time with them is now over. I'm reflecting upon what I learned from that lesson or the relationship, the good, the bad, and ugly. I wish them well. I'm forgiving them so I can move on to find my peace and so on and so on and so on. You will find that the energy will get lighter in time. Healing takes time. We all heal through things in our own way. So now let's pull a couple of cards here. Ancestor Spirit by Jade Sky. See what the universe has for us collectively, the 2nd to the 8th. Message from the universe, the 2nd to the 8th. Whew. Now, this is really kind of interesting because another card of the winter, right? Like that new moon, of course, brings in the winter, certain winter seasons, getting prepared for the winter. Some of you are getting winter tires and, decluttering your place, winterizing it, and so on and so on. And like, as I said, the 1st of November to the 11th are magical days. This card here is enjoy new beginnings, celebrate, change, socialize. And you can see the wintry background here. And there's this man on a horse. Horse represents freedom. And it looks like he's taking charge of his life, right? As you're taking charge, you're taking your power back. This isn't working for me. I know my work. I know my work. I don't deserve to be treated like that. No, not at all. This is who I am. Take it or leave it, bottom line. You know what I mean? Self-love, self-care. You know, are you allowing others to treat you a certain way that you don't like, that you don't care for? Ask yourself why. This is when you need to resolve these issues. Maybe it's time for endings. Maybe it's time to have that heart-to-heart talk with your person. Embracing new beginnings. What are you embracing? Is it a new job, a new career, a new business, moving to a new location? Like maybe you're starting a diet and health routine, like whatever it is, right? New beginnings can happen at any second. And you're especially going to see your new beginnings happening this week times 100, times 100. Go after what it is you want. You are going to see your goals happening this week and coming through, and you're going to be like, wow, I'm actually here, or I've actually started my new job, or I've actually moved, or I've actually ended this. I've actually can see my goals coming to fruition that I had set. Lots of things like that. Maybe that job of your dreams opened up and you're like, finally, I got the job. Things like that, and new beginnings can be the smallest things. Like, it doesn't have to be something huge. I won the Academy Awards. No, gosh, you could be starting something new for yourself. You could have signed up for a new class. You could, like, anything. Be proud of yourself. Don't let other people bring you down. Don't. Like your soul's been showing you toxicity, energies that don't support you in a positive way. I have no time for that. I can tell you that. I deal with it very bluntly, but that's just myself. Always been that warrior spirit. So I've always called myself many years, as far as I can remind, as far as I can even look back, the fearless warrior walks forward fearlessly. That was my saying I put on my very first website, which was, oh God, 30 years ago almost now. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, I feel old now. Let's not talk about that. Oh my God. So, anyways, the deck I'm using, the Psych Tarot for the Heart by John Holland. Green is the heart chakra as well. I'm just saying, listen to your heart and your head. Same time, balance. Balance is a key. What is the energy and the message from the spirit world of 2nd to the 8th? Dubai. I don't know. I just heard Dubai. Maybe some of you are in Dubai. Maybe some of you are thinking of going to Dubai, something. Oh, look at that. Love bounds. Love abounds. Look at that. Number 1, new beginnings. This is what? November 1st to the 11th. 111. November 1st is 1. November 11th is 11. 111. This is a huge portal week, you guys. New beginnings. Huge vibrational frequency every single day. Like, literally, November 1st is a huge new beginning for me. Every single day from the 1st to the 11th, and the 11th is when the final scoops up finale. And, I didn't pre-plan that. And I wasn't thinking of dates. It just happened. And I'm like, oh my God. Right? Brand new beginnings can happen at any certain time. And it's something I've been manifesting for a while. And every single thing that I had wanted, that I had on very detailed, came up just like that and happened. So I'll tell you about that in the next video, next week's video. So anyways, brand new beginnings from you. Rain is the heart for healing. Listen to your heart, of course, always. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, like my video, it really helps. And, let me know what's going on with your life, what, and in all different ways, how you guys are working through, and especially the 1st, the 11th, let me know what's happened, right? What powerful energy has happened. You, as you're going through that powerful transformation within your soul, Spirit is going to help you fix those broken pieces back. Wishing you a beautiful portal with much love from my heart to your heart. If you'd like to book a reading with me, soulworkwithjeni.com. Namaste.